Atlantic City is famous for gambling, but one gamble you might not have heard about is the current proposal by Fishermen's Energy, LLC, to construct the first offshore wind farm in the United States along Atlantic City's coastline. But they are not the only ones in the race to build the first offshore wind facility. In Massachusetts, the Cape Wind proposal aims to construct a facility on the Nantucket Sound. This project, proposed over a decade ago, has been stalled due to fierce and vocal opponents that stand to lose revenue if the project is seen through to completion. New Jersey's proposal, a more recent endeavor, has met with comparatively less opposition. Perhaps this is due to the New Jersey Offshore Wind Economic Development Act, signed by Governor Chris Christie on August 19, 2010. But wait, why would such a seemingly benign project generate such discontent within the affected communities? Let's find out. Offshore wind energy translates to much greater potential for megaturbines and large-scale investment, as well as the ability to harness stronger and more constant offshore winds. Where do the projects stand now?
I think if you're standing where you are today and you look out in late 2012, you'll see 5 to 6 turbines. My name is Paul Gallagher. I'm Vice President and General Counsel of Fishermen's Energy. When New Jersey decided to go into offshore wind, Atlantic City was the logical place to begin. It's always been willing to try things that other people haven't tried. Jim Gordon's project, Cape Wind in Nantucket, is 438 megawatts, I think, in its last iteration. We're talking about 25 megawatts. So he's really talking about multi-year construction. He's talking about enormous amounts of production and I think 120 turbines. We're talking about 5 or 6 turbines. So he's really 20 times larger. It will take him perhaps 3 or 4 seasons to construct. We're building a small demonstration project. We hope to get it in the water next summer. We hope to learn from it in the years going forward after that. A few years ago, we did do a public opinion survey on the beaches in the summertime and on the boardwalk, and we had overwhelming support to build a small wind project in the state waters close to shore. Previously someone had gone around and asked how would you feel about 100 turbines right offshore, and there were some objections to that. There's a chance that Cape Wind may start before us, and the odds are that we'll finish before them. I think back when Cape Wind was first announced, the idea of alternative energies generally and wind energy specifically, as I stand here and what little hair I have blows in the wind, intrigued me. And I did have the opportunity here in Atlantic City to build the only industrial-sized wind farm in New Jersey, even on land. And I know when we dedicated that, we said we're really happy to be the first. We know we won't be the only for long. As it turns out, 5 years later, we're still the only wind farm in New Jersey. It got very hard to build on land. The opportunity in the ocean, if the public and government and the investors embrace it, is really tremendous. And with the fishermen of New Jersey, when they realized that offshore wind was going to happen, and it was going to happen where they make their living, they decided rather than to fight it, to embrace it, to join it, and to share in its bounty. They say they fish for fish, and now they're going to fish for wind as well. It's like if Cape Wind gets built, and if we build a model here and we have a successful experience, and it's profitable and it's environmentally sound, and then I think that the offshore wind industry in the East Coast and in the Great Lakes will really take off, and that perhaps as much as 20% of the nation's power could be supplied by offshore wind in the next 15 to 20 years.
While the outcome of this gamble is still undetermined, one thing is certain. The winds of change are beginning to blow off the coast of Atlantic City. Will these winds be harnessed for renewable energy? Stay tuned.